friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking specifically into a no contact and or separation situation. What are they currently thinking? And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Wistful Whisper Tarot. And pile number two is the Wild Reflections Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below. There is going to be an extended for this, so let's take a look at what you can expect in the extended. We'll look at what are they currently feeling, and then we'll look at what have they not been able to tell you, and what is their next move in this connection. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi Pile 1, for those of you who chose the Wistful Whisper Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energy, so close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alright Pile 1. Specifically for no contact after a separation situation, what are they currently thinking about you, about this connection, about them with respect to this connection? I'll just keep it a little bit open-ended and we'll see what wants to come through. I feel like shuffling one more time, so we're gonna go. Something feels stuck. Give me a second. The energy, I mean, hold on. We have the Eight of Pentacles, we have Judgment, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Five of Cups, the Five of Wands, interesting, and we have the Ten of Wands, okay. The person's energy is very, very intense. We have, yes, imbalance, deep conversation. I'll make the first move, and we have Stargazer Lily Surrender. Stargazer Lily is asking you to surrender to the unconditional love flowing towards you from the universe. Let down the barriers surrounding your heart and surrender unloving thoughts about yourself and allow yourself to receive. You are always enough. This beautiful, like it's very, very beautiful start to your reading. Your person, like I said, either they are just an intense person, like, you know, some people, they have that very intense energy to them, but it could also be that they are intensely thinking about you, all right? It could also actually be both. Your person has been spending a lot of time by themselves. I think that up until now, like in this no contact, I think that they were busy or they were distracted by other things in their lives, other responsibilities. But it looks like in the past couple of days, it looks like, it seems to be days to me, your person has actually been just sitting with themselves, thinking about this connection, thinking a lot about you, about where both of you are at, where both of you were supposed to go. I think that maybe plans were made between the two of you. Maybe both of you had certain milestones kind of planned out where you thought, okay, when we get here, you know, we're going to be doing this. When we, you know, maybe our 1 year in, we're going to be doing this. I think that there were a lot of plans laid out between the two of you, a lot of future plans, and I think overnight all of them disappeared, or both of you were no longer in the same place anymore. And so there's a lot of looking back at what happened between the two of you, because at one point both of you were at this on the same page. At one point both of you saw all of these things in your future. So what happened? And I feel like every single day your person spends more time with themselves, the intensity of what they feel starts deepening. So I was called to correct that. It's not that it was deepening, it's that they're allowing themselves to feel. So that's a correction over there. So I think that the feelings were always there. It was always this deep, but maybe because of distractions or other responsibilities, obligations, your person didn't allow themselves to feel. But now, either they cannot, the distractions are not working anymore, or they have no choice but to sit with themselves, or they could actually be intentionally doing it as well. I'm getting all three energies for you, Pawan. But the common theme for all of you is your person is no longer resisting feeling what they're feeling about this connection. And it's very uncomfortable, even for me, as I'm tapping into the energy. It's very, very uncomfortable because your person's actually sitting with the sadness or the grief of a future that they envisioned with you that no longer exists, grief of losing this connection, or just the fact that both of you are in no contact. How to, what went wrong between the two of you, why both of you are here. At this point in time, I will say that even though your person is still deep into feeling, there's a little bit more they have to get on this journey. It looks like they're starting to feel like, I need to do something about this situation. And that by itself has been, I think, progress and growth within your person. Like I said, there might have been avoidance tendencies, but it also might have been circumstantial. It might have also been like maybe divine protection as well. With judgment coming out, I feel like maybe it wasn't your person's doing, or maybe there was some kind of divine intervention that was allowing your person the space and the time that they need to breathe in and breathe out before they, mentally, emotionally, physically are ready enough to tap into the depth of emotions that they actually feel. So when the two of you went into no contact, it's possible that your person didn't feel as much, or they didn't allow themselves to feel. I was called to correct that. So they didn't allow themselves to feel, but it's all hitting them now. And because so much time has passed, it's kind of like 5-6 times the effect of what they would have felt when the two of you went into no contact. It's kind of like the intensity scale has been magnified. Yes, that's the word that I'm looking for. And even like the moment I tapped into your person's energies, like it was like poof, like something just hit me. That's why I said either your person could be intense as a person, like that could also be it, but also the energy is just that intense on your person's end at this point in time. But I think that there is a conversation that's meant to happen between the two of you. I think that both of you do have certain things to talk about, certain things to work out. I don't know whether both of you are going to reconcile or not, but it looks like there is some kind of an elephant in the room that both of you need to discuss. There needs to be a conversation about it. And maybe in the past, your person kept telling themselves that, no, I'm busy, or no, I cannot do this right now, or I'm not in that place in my life, or maybe they just didn't feel ready for that conversation. But the more they allow themselves to feel, Pawan, the more they're starting to feel ready for this conversation. And I feel like this conversation will bring some kind of relief to the two of you, whether that is closure or that could be a new emotional beginning, but that is heavily dependent on your situation. I am getting 2 paths at this point in time, but whatever it is, they are starting to feel, even with the Knight of Cups coming out, they are starting to feel the pull to walk towards you, or to at least make that initial first step. So maybe for a while, your person thought that you would be the one to break the silence, but now it's like it doesn't matter whether you break the silence or not. They want to be the ones to at least tell you what they've been feeling about you, about this situation, about the thoughts that they've been having. Because it's been like the thoughts that they're having about you, about this connection. There's a lot of regret about it, a lot of guilt also coming through. So maybe there is an apology in the works for some of you out there, but overall, what is your person currently thinking? How did both of you end up here? And they're actually feeling everything that they could not when this no contact started out. And those feelings are making your person realize that there's something that needs to be addressed between the two of you. Let me get one message. Let's see what's to come out. Yeah, Four of Cups. I told you, either your person, like for some of you, your person could be on vacation and just by themselves, and all of these thoughts are hitting, like there's no external distractions anymore. Or it could be divine intervention where they're put in solitude to kind of go within instead of going outward. That could also be it. But yes, they've been thinking a lot about you. If you've been feeling their energy, you've been kind of randomly getting thoughts about them, even though it's been a while since you're no contact. You don't berate yourself for having these thoughts or thinking about them. It could be that you are tapping into their energy, them thinking about you so intensely that the energy seeps into your energy field as well. All right, so that's one more random message that wanted to come out. So maybe some of you have been kind of feeling like, why am I thinking about this person? I was supposed to have moved on, or I should have worked through all of these feelings and emotions that are coming up to the surface. But no, you could actually be tapping into a person's energy, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. So I'm going to get timing cards. With timing cards, please be a bit careful. They're always based on current energies. If you come back to this reading at another point and maybe the card that jumps out at you is a different one, it could mean that the timeline has changed. If the timeline has kind of been pushed further away from you, it probably means that there's some kind of misalignment, some kind of energetic block that you might need to clear in order to realign to the timeline of your preference or the timeline that you are hoping for or intuitively feel is meant to happen for you. If the timeline has kind of come closer, it could mean that maybe there's something that you're doing different right now that's actually working or in alignment. So continue being in that energy. All right, pause this video if you have to. And yeah, you can ask 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions. It's completely on to you. So we have 1 day, we have 8 months, and we have 5 months coming through. All right. Then I also have alignment. So for example, if the card comes out and it doesn't, it feels like it's an intuitive hit, like yes, okay, 8 months, but you're not happy with that, or you feel like, okay, well, there's some kind of energetic block, and that's why it's the timeline that's come out, and you want to align either to that timeline or a timeline of what you intuitively feel it should be, then this is the alignment cards that want to come out for you, all right? So let's get into that as well. When you take care of yourself, all right, so when you follow your heart. Okay, sorry, for some reason the camera cut off. I don't know where it stopped, so I'm going to just repeat this. And so with respect to the alignment cards, when you take care of yourself, it could be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially as well, all right? So if there's some aspects of your life that you have been neglecting, and sometimes that does happen, doesn't it, Pawan? We're a little bit too emotional or emotionally invested, I guess, in one aspect of our lives or one connection that we sometimes can forget that there are other things in our lives that are going well for us or need our attention, need us to be working on it at this point in time. So that could be it. It could also be taking care of yourself, maybe spending some time with yourself, giving yourself the space and the time to let go or to make peace with where both of you are at, to even just nourish yourself as well. The second one is when you follow your heart. So remember, every aspect of your life is interconnected, all right? So it's not necessarily with this connection that you have to align this way, like follow your heart with respect to this connection. Not necessarily. It could be other aspects of your life as well. So is there any other aspect of your life that you're not following your heart? Maybe you're forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do, or you're not really sure what your heart wants. So maybe you need to spend some time with yourself to understand what it is that you are being called to do at this point in time, all right? But of course, it could also be with respect to this connection where maybe you're not sure and maybe you need to take some time to figure out. Maybe you logically want to think of one outcome, but your heart wants another one. So that could also be it, right? So these are alignment cards for you to align with maybe something at this point that could be a little bit misaligned, maybe something that needs your attention at this point, all right? There is going to be an extended for this reading, Pawan, so let's take a look at that. So we'll be looking at what are they currently feeling, and I'll ask in particular about you. And then we have what have they not been able to tell you, and what is their next move in this connection. Right? So details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Pile 1, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. And my private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below. Pile 1, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi Pile 2, for those of you who chose the Wild Reflections Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energy. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Right. Specifically for no contact and or separation situation, what is your person currently thinking? Could be about you, could be about this connection, could be about themselves with respect to this connection. Okay, a lot of thoughts. Okay. I'm hearing doesn't fit. We'll see how that connects to your reading. King of Pentacles, the Empress, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, King of Cups, 4 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. I also have the Oracle cards. We have Mugwort, integration. There is a rhythm and balance to all life, a dance between physical reality and the spiritual world. Mugwort opens and expands your consciousness to embrace all that you are, light and dark, body and spirit, helping you integrate all aspects of your multidimensional consciousness into your everyday practical life. I mourn the loss of what this could have been. Comfort, secret crush. All right, definitely no contact. I mean, I feel it, even though I intended it to be. This person, how do I say this? Hold on, Pile 2. At one point, your person wanted to choose this connection. But I think that there were some obstacles on their end, or at least they perceived there to be some obstacles. Maybe your person wanted to be in a certain financial position, financial security, something to do with money, something to do with stability that's coming through very, very strongly in your reading. Even though they did have a lot of feelings to pursue this connection, it looks like they decided they were not ready for this connection at that point in time. And maybe both of you went your separate ways thinking that that's it, this is it, you know, the end of the connection, end of what's meant to happen between the two of us. Off late, there has been this nagging feeling within your person that maybe it's time to look at this connection. Maybe it's time to give their attention to this connection, because it looks like whatever they chose, they've succeeded in that. There was financial stability that they wanted to achieve. They've gotten all of that. Everything is sorted out. Whatever they chose, it's sorted out. However, they still feel the loss of this connection. And they completely recognize that at that point in time, they could not choose this connection. So it's not that they made the wrong choice. They don't feel that way, no. But they made the choice at that point, and they have found their stability with that. But they want more. They want more with you. They want more with your connection. They've gotten the financial part sorted out, but they want the emotional part as well, the emotional wealth, the emotional success as well. And so your person actually has been thinking a lot about this connection. Would not be surprised if your person has been watching you, stalking your social media, kind of keeping tabs on you. Would not be surprised, asking mutual friends about where you are at. This could have been no contact for quite some time now. Would not be surprised, because the energy feels like it took quite some time for your person to figure other aspects of their life. And now it's come to a point where they're very solid and steady. They're quite happy about it. But because they are happy about it, it's like now I have the mental, emotional, physical space within me to see this aspect of my life. And to them, it feels like no one else can fit in the vision that they have for this part of their life. So whether it is like a long-term future that they see with respect to settling down, commitment, marriage, so on and so forth, it's only you that they can picture. There's an airplane going above. You can take that as a confirmation if you'd like. And long distance could also be, I am getting that as well. When I started tapping into the energy, maybe there were logistical issues between the two of you, like physical distance, could be like difference in social strata, income levels. Maybe your person felt like they needed to be at a certain income level in order to deserve you or deserve this connection. That could also be it. But yeah, they're starting to look towards this connection, pal, too. And I want to stress again, it's not that they made the wrong decision, because they're not coming in and saying, I made the wrong decision. No, they still feel that it was, at that point in time, they needed to focus on this other aspect of their life. But yes, things could have been different between the two of you, and now they want to give it a try. That's the energy that's coming through. I've been thinking a lot about this, and honestly, I think that they've been fighting with themselves whether to come forward or not, whether you've moved on, where are you at? It seems a little bit blocked, so maybe you could have blocked them, or you're just not showing them what you're feeling. That could also be it. But I think that this person, they now want to focus on this aspect of their life where it's about emotional fulfillment. And that's where you come in, Paltio. I think that you provide a lot of love, a lot of comfort to your person. Like I said, they cannot imagine anyone else other than you when they think about their future. And so that by itself, that curiosity is building within them. The resistance is dropping. In fact, there's little to no resistance as well. And it looks like they're starting to see, okay, well, how can I make space for this connection now? So I don't know where you are at, Paltu. That energy is not coming to me. But I would expect something from this person. Yeah, they seem to think that this could be a good match. So maybe both of you had a false start, or maybe things were supposed to grow between the two of you, but maybe it just didn't. This could also be friendship evolving into something more. This could also be someone who's had a secret crush on you for quite some time, but never really gotten the courage to tell you how they felt about you. So there are different scenarios coming through. But yes, for some of you, maybe you were in a connection before and your person wasn't able to dedicate time, energy towards this connection, and both of you decided to walk away. But today they've reached a place within themselves where they feel good, they feel confident about their life, and they feel like, yes, I deserve this. I want this now in my life. I have the space. I have the energy within me to give to this connection. So yeah, that's where your person is at. Seems very confident, seems very forthcoming as well. Very open energy coming through. And I will say yes, grounded energy as well. Like they seem to understand that they need to be the one to make the first move. They need to be the one to reach out to you and let you know where they're at. This seems to be someone who's very, very direct with their words. Let me pull some timing cards for you. With timing cards, please be a little bit careful. They're always based on current energy. If the card comes out and it just like pops right out, that's probably yours, all right? The intuitive hit. If you come back to this reading at another time and then you feel like another card is intuitively hitting you, then it means that maybe something you're doing has shifted timeline. Either what you're doing is misalignment, then the timeline would be pushed further away. If it's more in alignment, then the timeline would be coming forward. If it's still the same, then it's possible that you are aligning, you are in alignment, or you have been in alignment with that timeline. We have not anytime soon, full moon, and we have fall. All right, So these are 3 timing cards that wanted to come out. Let's talk a little bit about alignment as well. We'll pull out cards for alignment. So what or when something aligns, would it happen? Let's kind of look at that. All right, when you are aligned, okay, interesting. And when you let go. All right, so maybe there is a certain narrative that you're holding on to with respect to this connection, or when you have to let go another situation, possibly a situation that's no longer serving you, so that you can make space for this connection in your life. For some of you, this could actually be someone you've never met before. This could actually be someone new coming in to your life, and you have to let go the situation that you're in, the relationship that you're in that's not serving you, that's holding you back from making space for someone who's got every other aspect of their life figured out, and they want to figure this aspect of their life with you. So this could also be someone new coming in. I'm also getting that energy. But when you are aligned, so it looks like there needs to be some kind of alignment happening on your end in order to call this connection back into your life, or to call this connection into your life. You need to be emotionally available. All right, so maybe there's some healing work that's meant to happen on your end. Maybe you're letting go of a previous connection. Maybe there's past heartbreak that you need to let go. So there's something about you being emotionally available that will align with this connection coming forward. All right, so that is the reading for today, pal 2. Hold on. Whoops. Hold on, give me a second. The paper just flew right off the table. I gotta go pick it up. And that's the extended one, the one where I write the extended. So give me a second. Let me make myself comfortable. And then we are going to have an extended for this reading. So let's take a look at, we will be looking at what are they currently feeling about you specifically. What have they not been able to tell you? And what is their next move in this connection? All right, so these are the questions that we will be looking into in the extended. The details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Pal 2, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pal 2, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.